Hello and welcome again to SMZ3 Combo Rando weekly race. Tonight we have a clash of titans. Asder versus Aussie. Uh, if they're not number one and number two, they're very high up there. So this should be a very good race indeed. Tonight the rules are hard logic hard logic 774, which means 7 crystals for GT, 7 crystals for Ganon, and 4 tokens for Mother Brain. We should be starting momentarily. The gate has been dropped, and the racers were all ready. There we go. I just love Ozzy's sprite. Hopefully, it won't make certain maneuvers too hard to perform, like short charging and CWGing. Staying on the Lake Hylia Island. Ozzy with that's a red mage, sure. Both doing the uncle check. And he's on tier 3. That's unfortunate. See if they're going to try to set up. All right, Azure took a hit, as did Ozzy. Means it will be a tier 1. Oh, gravity suit so early. Wow. Okay, well, no suitless Meridia. I hope no one's disappointed. Snag has the key. Interesting. So breaking the back will be possible, assuming that you are breaking in the first place if Lamp is early in logic. And it's not breaking anymore. It's following the logic. As we're headed for, is going to check out the triple and possibly Lumberjack Ledge, but I'm not sure. It looks like tier 1 is small magic jars. Oh, and wow, bush crabs have fairies. That's pretty rare. I've played hundreds of Siege and I never saw that very often. Ozzy gets a tier 1 pool. Wow, like a ninja Azure checked the ledge, but I didn't see what it was. Pack. We'll find quite a few of those. And headed down to Kakariko. But with just enough money for, just enough money to buy bombs at the shop. Still looking for a kill and hopefully get an 8 bomb drop from a mob, but no such luck. Bombs will have to be bought. Checking the back of the pub first in case you have bombs there. But it's only the heart. You cannot see what you have in SMZ3 in Super Metroid or vice versa. You have to keep track of that with a tracker or have a very good memory. Although you can't see how many SM boss tokens you have. It's in the inventory menu of Link to the Past. It's the only SM thing you can see. You get used to it, especially when you've played hundreds and hundreds of seeds like these two runners have. All right, Blind's hideout. Bomb. Isn't that a single arrow? Wow. And Sphere 1 Super Pack. Okay. So we found it. It doesn't mean there's more. There's only one, but there's always a one in Sphere 1. Now the well, didn't see the first chest. Backup well is a nickel. A seed with reduced requirements mushroom. With no reduced requirements is really pretty long, depending on how trolly it is. Usually it's like 3 hours plus or minus 15 minutes, or a lot less if you're really good. And these runners are very good. No, not 4 hours. I would be extremely surprised if anyone finished close to 4 hours. It's much shorter than that. When you're used to running it, is what I'm saying. Experience helps everything. But if you start playing for the first time, yes, expect your siege to last 4-ish hours. But that's kind of fun of it, you know? It's like you're playing a brand new single-player game for the first time. Oh, is he going back for some money? To buy bombs later. Sure, here. As they're fake flippering immediately to turn in the mushroom at the witch's hut. More bombs. Oh, right, 100. I thought he had bought the bottle merchant. Yeah. That's why he was farming money. But now that he has morph bombs, that's a can't fly, and it's not terrible. And PBs are not terribly important anymore. But you need some, but you don't need a lot of them. Unless you're hell running. This could be required. Hell running could be required. I haven't seen what's in the library. Hell running could be required. Until we find various suit, that's a possibility. That's a Sphere 2 super missile pack. Early, when you start running these, oh, $50. Sure. When you start running this kind of rando, at first it mostly tests your familiarity with where all the items can possibly be. You have to stop and look up where you're going, what you still have available. When it becomes second nature, you see those times drop fast. You know, that's something I always found kind of funny is the people who come from Link to the Past say, "Oh, SM is super hard to get good at," and people who come from SM say the same thing about Link to the Past. We have a full heart as a sunken treasure and a bomb capacity upgrade at the chest. All right, mini Molorm Cave. What do we got? Middle Molorm is always a trolly one. Oh, he's charging ass. Don't get bumped. That's what happens when mini Molorms are trolly. We had enough bombs, so no worries. Let's see if the Molorms are kinder to Ozzy. Piece of heart. Sphere 1, PB pack, and lamp. Okay, well, the back of this game is completely in logic. So Ozzy showed a second strategy when the middle Molorm is kind of trolly, is you can bail to one of the sides. You just leave a bomb to blow in the middle Molorm's face and you bail for on the side. Okay, so lamp back of his cape. Uh, well, back of his middle of his cape. Dark cross, not so dark anymore with the lamp, as well as big key chest and Eastern. We need more stuff to unlock more places. As they're checking out the Ice Rock Cave. Oh boy, I blinked. I didn't see. We haven't had the map check yet, haven't we? As they're going to the eastern side of Hyrule. Probably going to a piece of heart. Okay. And that's what I'm saying. Players from both sides will say the other side is harder, which is kind of why it's so great. You know, I came from the Link to the Past side, and boy, did it take me a while to get even moderately competent at Super Metroid. And now we know that Swamp is Green Pendant. Ozzy pops off his bombs, and we get a sword, a nickel, one of the two pennies in the back of Sash. We're one item away from Super Metroid being Morph Ball. Of course, there could be something on Morph Pedestal. Or since this is our hard logic, the Lubrant Star ceiling is also in logic. We need to reach it with a D boost. Logically, that's what you expect it to do. Alright. Yes, you could. You see, and logic only cares about the bare minimum. You could be expected. I had once Big Key in the first chest of Eastern. I once had a green male, 7 hearts, no bottles, hammer fight against Vitreous. And I say hammer fight because the fire rod was the way in, but I had to use it all because I didn't have a sword to thaw. Really, cold stare. That's pretty rough. And to the logic, that was perfectly fine. And the reason I had to do that, it was to get hookshot off cold stare and get to Eastern Death Mountain to get actual stuff. I don't wish that upon anybody. That was a rough seed. Compass just as vanilla. That's a compass just, right? I think so. 300 bucks. Big chest. Ice beam. That makes the Blueprint ceiling check easier, though logic does not expect you to need that. It's also the way up Red Tower, but we don't have mountain access, so we can't climb Red Tower yet. Ozzy gets his ice beam, and Osler is disappointed that the big key chest, which was one of the longer single item check in the rando, was only a map. And since we found also the compass, it does confirm that Armos has something. Now the obvious play after Eastern didn't really pay out is escape. As they're opting to do the front first. There's no wrong way to do it when you have the lamp and the key. And he gets morph ball immediately. Alright, so we're not having a trolley morph ball. Ozzy does have the morph bombs, which will let him check landing site TPs, as well as gauntlet it, unless Azure finds another PB pack or opts to go back and pay the merchant. Is this fair one E-Tank? That's right, they have a gravity suit. They can go anywhere. In Radia. Of course, having a 10 missiles, having an ammo fight against Dragon, only a few missiles and one super pack is kinda not fun. Would take a while, let's just say that. Oh, good shield. As there is taking an intentional depth to check back of escape. I've seen it Z1 M1 in the past, but I haven't seen a race of that in quite some time. I'm not sure if it's still around. So I was lagging a little bit behind, but he does have an extra item that is very useful. A Dark Cross, as it will reveal what is Cross. Piece of heart. So we have 2 items in the back. And God bless Ozzy for the faster heartbeat. Hopefully we'll get quad speed one day. You don't need that. With 1 pack and morph bombs, Ozzy is more than fine. Actually, Azure needs another pack to make Brit Loop less of a pain. Okay, there's the map, inevitably. And the wrong rank. So they're resetting to Super Metroid. You might just... I mean, his first check could be another PD pack, and he's going to be fine. I would say Rexship is also in Logic, but Rexship is always in Logic in hard mode. If you have morph bombs, a pack of supers, and a pack of PBs, morph Rexship's in Logic in hard mode. But in normal mode, this Rexship would also be in Logic by virtue of having a gravity suit. And the expected path would be to go through Forgotten Highway. Of course, you can do a very easy gravity jump and save yourselves a lot of minutes. I can try Alcatraz Escape for Azure. Trick is very rarely used in SMZ3, aside from going faster. In a Rando, sometimes it's required. Alright, so Ozzy going up to check landing site PBs. I believe Azure found a super pack. No, nothing else. Okay, landing site PBs for Ozzy. He won't say no to an E-Tank. Ah, my bad then. As they're scouting the back of Gauntlet. Nothing interesting. Nope, not waiting. All right, now he's going to use power bombs. Power bombs make this gauntlet significantly easier compared to having to get up close and personal and laying regular bombs. All right, so we know the back of escape is nothing. No, the back of escape, the back of the gauntlet is nothing. Azure, first try Mog Ball into Bryn Reserve. And gets this second. See, he found power bombs. He's fine now. Won't have to farm or anything. Or if he farms, he won't be for long. Ooh, mirror. Yep, Hera is fully completable. Because you have a fire source, and you have the mirror, and a weapon. More supers for Azure. Zero is a value. But yeah, very well executed, deboosting through the spike room at the bottom of Vatican Pit by Azure. Took a bit of damage because he doesn't have various, but he's fine otherwise. Found the Master Sword at Edikun Pit's PBs. And going straight to Pink Bread. Yeah, you can go and kill Aga. There's a lot of places you can find what you're missing and link the past, though, first. Oh, unfortunately. He got the quick drop, but he expected to grab the item. And for a split second, he hesitated. And it was too late, the bridge had reformed. He was expecting the item 1 second pause. Azure told me it's actually 70 frames. Oh, Sephi Beam at Mission Impossible. As they're setting up. Spore skip first try. Strick is not terribly hard, but there is one rule. The camera has to be scrolled all the way to the right. If it's scrolled all the way to the right, there are multiple pixels that work. As it finds Quake. Master Sword for Ozzy. Second try, reverse gate glitch. It's called reverse gate glitch because normally you glitch him from the right side, but this one works from the left with the super, with the proper setup. And with that, and it's expected in hard logic. You're expected to be able to do this in hard logic. And we got Bombosa from it. Supers from Mission Impossible. Regular missile at charge beam. And Azur's done with Pig Bread. Yes, this is hard logic for Super Metroid. Link to the Past is always the same, logic-wise. For SMZ3. As you're going down Green Hill Zone towards the middle of the Red Tower, instead of doing the reverse entry into Blue Rin, but it's logical because he only has three PBs left, and he doesn't have more bombs. That's out of there. As he's about to get his Quake, and we're gonna see Spazer Room. Falls in the pit. Wall jumps back up, Morph, and there we go. You don't have to wait for the block to reform if you can do that. $20 for his troubles. Plays a PB, no choice here. Ozzy just refilling these supers a bit. These critters have a high chance of dropping supers, that's why he stopped there for that. Gonna get his charge beam missiles. As Azzer is in Meridia after blowing up the tube. Something I had to be told as a kid to do because I was stuck. We have Plasma Beam hard speed locked in Main Street. And an E-Tank at crap supers. But meanwhile, Ozzy's gonna do Blue Brin. Oh, a glove in construction zone. That's, well, not really. Well, it's not significant yet. That gives, the only thing that it gives right now is Zora access and what else? I think that's it. Right. Stealing at him is just a hard piece. Ozzy opting to use a regular bomb here to keep his last PB. Billy Mays with a disappointing deal tonight. But has no OxyClean Billy, just a missile pack at $20. As their expertly does a jump across to reach the entry to Kraid without high jump boots. Something you're expected to be able to do even in normal logic. And what's in the wall here? $20. Wow. I was just thinking, why is Azzer on supers? It's because he's out of missiles. So you had to super the pirates. Ozzy still preserving his last PB using regular bombs, nothing at all Mama Brain. Just $20. He's gonna climb back up. Yeah, not even gonna scout. I mean, nah. Not scouting climb supers, but I mean, I don't even do it myself anymore, so. Azzer quick kills Kraid and gets his first token. It was Dragon token. Well, that's where he was keeping his last PB for 230 missiles. 230 has a super pack. That I expect us to go down Red Tower, but he might CW. Well, he won't the CWJ. Well, if he's really good at it, he'll just do it. But oh, Moon Pearl and Kraid's craves E-Tank. Alright, so we found a glove in between the walls and Bryn Ping, so we're basically an item away. Well, I mean, we already have Aga, that's possible. But with just the glove, we won't be able to do much in the Dark World. Check Catfish and that's about it. Oh, I'm sorry. See what we can do about that. Tank at the high, yeah, pressure high jump. Yeah, that's right. Oh, well, okay. Now we have logic. We have myths. The viewers have myths. And hammer. Wow. Now the pass is wide open. That's the second penny. We have, and we found the single arrow already, so we're only missing Spring Ball for all the meme items. Ozzy trying to swag it up a bit, but decides to do the easy way. And well, easy, not easy. Double bump jumping is kind of hard. I've noticed over the years that he likes to swag a bit when he's on restream. Not necessarily doing the most optimal strategy, just having fun. I did. Was that a missile pack? Yeah, so Ozzy opts to do wreck ship. Why not? I was charge beam. Wow, okay. And we know where plasma is. If speed is anywhere in logic, I don't think anyone's going to go back for plasma though. Unless you're on your way close by and you have speed, you choose to get plasma. Is there resetting? Yeah. Alright, he scumped the, I get it. Wreck chip 4. I don't know. Yeah, he's gonna check out I was gonna shoot the old one first, but he's gonna check out Spectacle Rock Cave and possibly Hera as well. No, not it. Aw. We got a slow pattern. That was a decent Doppler. Will we get under the long pattern again? No. That's a mid. Oh. Was going for the kill, but... Okay, there we go. Now he's dead. So slow, mid, fast. Ooh, space jump. Well, we might be in Super Metroid for a while. Is space jump and high jump boots. Oh, peeps in Spectacle Rock Cave. $30. Right, supers are peeps. Sure. Now Ozzy can do one crystal flash. We might be seeing it. I don't know. I mean, I'm speculating because I haven't seen much yet, but you never know when you have a held run. You're in late go mode. Nothing in the left side supers. And Azur's going to get the key in the big key in the basement. Another very long check. Ozzy's doing. It's less long when you have gravity suit. Item in the back of wrecked ship. You're expected to be able to do this suitless in hard logic with nothing at all except bottle. Ozzy opts to keep it instead of maybe hoping to find another one later. We know there's one at the Mama Turtle E-tank. And while it is possible to grab, for Azure to grab it with a single BB jump off a wall jump, Azure opted not to bother doing that and just left it there. Oh. I just realized that Ozzy had not saved him. That's why. He wasn't going to reset, so he decided to grab the item anyway. Oh, nice. Setting up the PB kill. Got them all. That's a very efficient attic. Very well done. As they're getting bullied by mini Moldors. Gonna bomb jump across. Save some time instead of falling from the upper ceiling. And he gets arrow capacity upgrades. Not what he was hoping for. I didn't see what was in the attic, sorry. Thank you. I was just gonna face Troll Dorm. Okay, he started with a poke, so he's gonna do slashes. 2 spins should finish him off. He got bullied. He's a bully. Ozzy opting to use the trippers. If he fails a wall jump, he might just... No. Why does Ozzy fail anything, really? And hook shot, wow. Hook shot and missiles in the sky. And we know mitts are available, so that's all of Death Mount. Yep. He got charged, he's fine. Azri leans up Moldorm and gets his first dungeon. I'm not sure what the reward was, but it was probably required. And he's resetting back to Super Metroid. We know he hasn't done Blueprint, so he has at least one glove waiting for him. If he goes left, if he goes right, he has a hook shot and charge beam. Oh, he's gonna do all this shit. Yeah, okay, he has space jump. He doesn't need the morph bombs. E-tanks will not be refused until Varia is found, I expect. Now Ozzy will check if he needs to come back here, ever. Did not get boosted upwards with the PB, so that's wall jump again. And I didn't see, I was looking at his screen and I did not see what it was. Oh well. Thank you for the raid, Casper Jesus. Super missiles at gravity beam, at gravity suit, rather. Gets his hammer. He's gonna get his hook shot. He might actually put off Blueprint for a while. Because if you haven't noticed or aren't aware, Asder usually skips a lot of stuff. And when he's right, he wins by like a mile. But sometimes he has to backtrack and find something he needed. Alright, Red Tower. I haven't seen that yet. Oh, that's right. Azure will be able to get it easily with get X-ray easily with space jump, but we'll see if Ozzy opts to do the D-boosts to X-ray. With all they have left to do, it's not a terribly interesting option, but it would be swaggy if he did. Bombs at Alpha Peebs and Vanilla Missiles. Alright. Azur's fighting Fen too. First Doppler. Oh, he gets the short. Nope, no Toronto. And Ozzy is doing it. Wow, he's even doing the harder setup. So what's going on here, if you're wondering what is Ozzy doing? Using the waivers to deboost across the spikes. And you might think, why not just walk over the spikes? Well, without various suit, the spikes do 60 energy of damage to Samus. And not only that, but they give very, very little iframes. Whereas the waiver only do 10 energy of damage, which is reduced by like 2 or 3 by the gravity suit. And they give much longer iframes, which lets you walk and run over the spikes to get some jumping distance and hit another waiver again. As you're following Ozzy's footsteps, but a bit more efficiently because he has, space jump. One of the things that's overlooked about space jump is not just that you can jump infinitely and can go anywhere, is that you can keep your momentum forever, basically. Because if you notice, when you jump and you land, you lose all your speed. Well, Space Jump says, "Well, I'm not ever gonna land, so haha, I'm keeping my speed forever, or until you land again." Ozzy at Kraid. Azure is going to Attic next. Ooh. Azure fails the ceiling clip. Doesn't really matter. You waste a few seconds, but I mean, it happens. It's not something you expected to be able to do. It saves time, but it doesn't affect the logic at all. As we're at attic, Ozzy running out of crates, jumping through the doorway to manipulate the key hunters in this room to fly high instead of low, which let Ozzy sneak by without taking damage or being knocked back down in the hole. Yes. I expect Ozzy will get it very soon. Ozzy's got his Moon Pearl at the same time as he gets his hook shot. And Charge Beam. I would be surprised if he skipped. Yes, he's going straight to high jump boots. This is a very fast three item check. I only just spotted the bits. But it's not only is it a lot of checks, but it's very fast. Because you have to balance how many checks you're going to get in that area versus how long it will take you to clear that area. And some places have a bad ratio for that, like take Swamp, it's 6 items, but it's very slow 6 items. Whereas Paradox Cave is 7, and it's a very fast 7 item. And there we go. Ozzy has his hook shot, his miss, his hammer, his mirror too. He might be in Link to the Past for a while. A lot of stuff is available to him. Base jump for Ozzy. It's possible that the seed will bottleneck Azure really quickly with just the power gloves. We don't know. He might be going to Rubric now, but I think he's going to go down Red Tower. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna see. Oh no, we won't see new stuff yet. Oh, finally a map check. Pendant, Ice, and Thief's Town. Tokens at Skullwood. Third Rock is a token as well. And the rest are. Well, we already know what Swamp is, so the rest are crystals. Now with the hook shot, Ozzy will be able to do Harapot, which skips the need to get the big key in the basement, if it's in the basement. What will he do? Just skip it. We know there's an item in the big chest. But we know it's a nothing item. Oh. Messed up. Unfortunately messed up the setup for Harapot. And we'll have to do the... Well, he has to be careful here too, because those talents hurt a lot. Let's see if we can convince Total to add quadruple beeping. Just a really long, annoying sound. As we're going the very easy way to check X-ray hole. With Space Jump, it's just that easy. Oh wait, seeing the collision was avoidable. As their midair morphed. So I'm thinking, what does that do? Well, when you get knocked back, you're knocked forward. Whereas if you're knocked back, as you know, Samus, you're knocked backwards. And Ozzy, instead of mirroring out, just takes a death, so we can get some hearts back. As going to Blue Brain, as I expected. First try, gate glitch. Well done. Yeah, gate glitch is something you're expected to do in the hard logic rando. Now here, it'll be interesting to see what will be Ozzy's decision. Will he go back? Oh, he won't go back. He has a big key. I thought, yeah, he failed at Herapod, so he has a big key. He got it. He's gonna get a chest. He won't be leaving an item behind. As they're at Alpha's missiles, piece of heart. Getting item is nothing. See, that's a trolling Moldor. I'm just waiting for you to jump down. 2 quick spins, though. And here's a third. Goodbye. Alright, we'll see you stuff now. East. Turn. Death Mountain. Blueberries. Blueberries on floating island. Back up 3 bombs. That's the Charlotte Cave without boots is a very long check, but sometimes that's where boots are. And Ozzy found the correct boomerang. The blue boomerang. Immediately going to Dark World will probably just mirror. Nah, she's going to mirror just before entering Paradox Cave. Yeah, there we go. Setting up a faster Super Bunny Cave. Yeah, flippers are required because of Lake Helia Island has the cane. Paradox Cave, let's go. Half magic. Peeps. Wow. Okay, that was a cave. Falling back down. She take the portal. He left. And I'll climb Super Bunny. Flippers at, yeah. Hype Cave. Azur's gonna get his, cane immediately. Run a cave. Bomb capacity upgrade, $20. 20 rupees. Looks like Azur's heading to the back of Lake Hylia. You backdoor Meridian, but you should be careful because he's one hit away from these critters. He really wanted blood. Wow, those critters want blood. Oh, if Ozzy scouted third walk, I didn't see. Right, hookshot cave. E-tank. Iron rod, so that's progression. Blue mail. Yeah. Aster is backdooring Meridia. So how did you get past the ooms, I think they're called? Well, when you jump and you aim straight down, it actually elevates Samus's hitbox so that she can squeeze between the oom and the ceiling. If you're holding down diagonally, it doesn't work. You have to so you just jump in place, hold aim straight down, and wait for the oom to roll through you. Well, under you, rather. You don't need spring ball or anything. You can just do that. Okay, so although it's illegal in competitions, there is a sprite for Super Metroid that's just Samus's hitbox. And while you can't do that in a race, you can just play sometimes with it and see what actually happens when you perform certain moves. Just don't use it in a race. So he's behind, gonna grab his grabbing his cane. That's not too bad for Asder. He has a lot of supers. Yeah, see, he's out of ammo now, but he had enough ammo. Ozzy thinking the same thing as Azur and going to backdoor Meridia. Up one fire rod. So they're actually pretty much similar because eventually Azur will have to do Paradox Game. I doubt he's just going to skip all of Eastern Death Mountain. High five at the Coliseum. Super missiles behind Bot Wound. Although he has Charge Beam, I don't think Azur's going to pass up on those. And hot tip, while you're falling into quicksand, if you're doing that while you're turning around during the turnaround animation, Samus will go straight to the bottom instead of the top and slowly falling in. So just go whoop straight through like there's nothing, and you save some time. Oh, I had to show the hardest way to do the snail clip. But it's the fastest way when you're coming from that side. Basically, how snail clip works is when the snail is at a certain height and you crouch jump from it, if you're at the right height, you'll just jump through the ceilings twice. Like the hit collision doesn't work. It's one of the tricks that could make snail clip cannot be done without gravity suit. So it's possible that even though you don't need gravity, it's hardle is required because there might be progression at aqueduct. Yeah. We got Varia. Alright, so I expect not a lot of the tanks will be picked up from that one. Like, was that really Varia? I didn't see. Picks up the fire shield and skips the E-tank, the reserve tank rather. Alright, we got Varia at beach. Thanks for the confirmation. Well, the only thing Azure can't do is grabs, climb supers, and waterway. Oh, Ozzy messed up the first place where you can snail clip, but the second one will be fine. Yeah, there we go. Meanwhile, Azure is done with the beach. Again, old Meridia, it's called. And he's gonna do aqueduct. Oh, he already got the snail items. He's gonna check the sand pits now. Right one first. Right one first for Ozzy as well. And we get 2 missile packs, resetting. I doubt we'll see a nice clip to Jack Tool, but you never know. He doesn't need power bombs. You can get these items with just, wall jumps. But yeah, you would need 1 power bomb for Shack Tool to blow down the wall. Well, here's his power bomb. That's right, the sponges here always drop PBs. Well, almost always. That's Blue Barrel, and he wasn't going to use his only PB to wall jump here. You just turn around like that and whoop, grab the item. And he opts to get the mail upgrade as well. It's much harder to get it without bombs than the right item was. He might just he wasn't give up. He got it. One thing that makes this possible at all is when you're off from a wall jump and you haven't let go of jump yet. If you tap down, you will immediately morph. You don't need to double tap. You can just tap down while holding jump after a wall jump. Actually, that's the secret to make Alcatraz possible too. Alcatraz escape. You wall jump and then tap down and whoop, you're a rising midair morph ball that can sneak into a tunnel. Ooh. I was grabbing the red shield as well as the reserve tank. He still has to do Mama Turtle. And, well, I still have to check Mama Turtle, I should say. And climb supers. I don't think anyone's gonna go back to get that plasma beam, though. If they find speed. If they actually find Speed Booster. It saves time, but not that much time to go out of your way to get it. Because they have a charge beam already. And let's face it, by the time they get closer to the end of the game, they'll have much more ammo than this. Azur's doing his paradox checks. It's gonna be very disappointing to you. And this allows Ozzy to catch up. So this is a very close race. They're basically neck to neck. Because after this, Azur's gonna have to check the Dark World part of Death Mountain. And Ozzy's done. Bye. No more Meridia. So plasma beam room has been left behind. In a hard logic, you might be expected to get it with just speed booster. Use the blue suit aftershock images to kill the otherwise invulnerable pirates, but they don't have speed. They don't have screw. They don't have plasma, so they don't have a means of killing the pirates and getting out of the room. Doesn't need those peeps. Might have picked him up if he was hell running, but he's not. Alright, Azur's gonna get to the Dark World while Ozzy finishes his left nor fair checks. Yeah, they both have an area. And sneaks under the gate. Well done. Without freezing one of the trippers, it's actually pretty hard to pull off. So more swaggy from Ozzy's side. Yes, use X-ray scope. An intended use of X-ray scope to scan the wall for items and leave them behind because they're trash. Oh, Mountain now. Like, that's what's 9 checks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 checks. Fairly fast, too. Oh, Pegasus boots. Link's gonna get to go fast. Ether for Toro Rock, thank you. I was gonna do the Spike Cave. Does he have what he needs? Yes, he has Cape. Forgot where Cape was. Have magic, he's more than fine. Bow and Spike Cave. Ooh. Now that could be a big find. Jeez, what are they missing? It could be just Ice Rod and what else? Could be it. Right, Ether. We just said that. So Ether and Bow. Well, not Bow. Ether and Ice Rod. Could be the jettiest seed of all jet seeds. No, silvers are not required. Silvers are a luxury. And Az is gonna check the Pyramid Ferry. You might hope to find silvers, but they're not expected to be found. It's an item that can be anywhere because it's a non-required item. Bombs and bombs. He's gonna go straight to Lord Warfare. If he goes down, yes. He's going to Lord Warfare. Oh, well done. Very fast reversal of this annoying room. Nothing on the ledge. They do have 5 and 6. They got those crystals from bosses. Right, so the I'm gonna say the obviously, but I was making a liar out of me. He's gonna do his flipper checks probably, and then he'll do pod and Eastern, probably. We still need ice, and we still need that ether medallion. Ice rod can be anywhere except on Trinex or past Trinex. Okay. As we're headed to pod. So this is really the first big divergence we've seen tonight. Ozzy going to Lower Norfair. Well, as they're stayed a little longer and Link to the Past and found Bow. Ozzy here is exploiting the safe spot. There's a spot where you can stand, like here, as you can see, which is far enough from GT to not hurt you because of his hitbox, but all his attacks will go behind you. So this is a safety zone. You can just stand there and do whatever you want, well, as long as you stay there. Okay, pod has... We're not bow locked in pod. Okay. Ozzy can do Meyer. He's got what he needs. Tempered at checkerboard. It's a race of who can find Icebeam first. And Rod. Well, I mean, we've had Ozzy for an hour, so we can swap audio to Asder. Since neither are really in the lead over the other. Oh, Asler's desync too, no? No, he's not. He's fine. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Big key, alright. Ops, you can still go up first. Don't think it matters. Could have went straight to Helmsor King from there, but again, I don't think it matters. Don't change as much when you have there. Full hard. It's one item out of Desert. And Big Key's vanilla. Compost and Dark Maze. Well, Screw Attack trivializes the lower north fair to the point where you can just be lazy and still be fine. Like nothing touches you, you just plow through the gold pirates and the key hunters. Blood of Sword is a luxury. Like if it's right there in your face, pick it up. But don't do even the slightest detour for it, because Temper is plenty good enough. Advertisers headed to the back of Pod 4. The Helmsor King fight. Tempered Sword. 100% of the time. Master to Tempered is a huge difference. And while Screw makes Lower Norfair easy, doesn't need it much harder without it. If you have enough if you have every other tool in the toolbox of Screw Attack, you can just, you'll be fine without Screw, you know. It's just, it's really comfortable to have Screw there. Meyer now, as there is headed to Helmsor King. Oh, did the what's it called? The hammer dash. It's kind of like doing a spin speed, but with the hammer. It extends the hitbox, saves time. Don't have to get as close. Spike chest as has a small key as there finishes off Helmsor King. Another key. The bridge. Boa Spike Cave, which Ozzy could have done when he was up on Death Mountain, but chose not to. Or maybe it's because he didn't have the cape yet. I know Azur used the cape, I just never saw where he got it from. So I'm not sure if Ozzy has it, and it's hard to tell because they have quit swap on. They won't be menuing much. Okay, so Ozzy did not have cape then. Because Ozzy did have cave after Death Mountain. And you didn't have, as you see, doesn't have the health. It didn't have the protection item. Didn't have a fairy or a red potion, so he could not survive Spike Cave. Yes, but will he go back to Spike Cave just for Spike Cave? I think the best we can hope for is when he finds Ether and Ice Rod and he's on his way to Turtle Rock, he checks Spike Cave on his way out of Turtle Rock. Then he go modes Pod and Eastern. But Pod is Eastern's already cleared, but except Armus. But you'll get a much faster Pod time than Asder does. Has, because he full cleared. I was gonna clip. There we go. Wow, super fast. This is a very useful clip if you can do it fast, and see that it's super fast. I have to walk around the thin wall to get back down the stairs. As their quick kills, was nice. Doesn't get it much first trouble. I did not see what was in the big chest. Yes, this is not progressive bows. There's only one bow, and the second bow is actually just silvers, but you won't get a bow with silvers, you're just gonna get silvers. You still have to find the bow. I've been a proponent for adding progressive bows to SMZ3, but apparently I'm basically the only one who wants that. So I don't think it's ever coming. Right. I'm just gonna do the village, probably might check the front of Thieves. SMZ3 does not have the torch with fire rod thing. Every dark room, logically in SMZ3, is expected to be navigated with the lamp. You're always sequence breaking if you're doing dark rooms. Dodge the Infinity Fairy, nice. And he's gonna do cave strats for no, okay, maybe just in case he messes up the strat. This is how the NMG runners kill Vidi. Well, they don't do that hard with the K because they don't have the cape, but yeah, get him in the wall and just slash like mad, and boom, he's dead. And the last item was a nickel. Oh. Was it the last item? I forgot what the other one was. Okay, so Azure is indeed checking the front of Thieves and is bailing out. It's 4 pretty fast items for at least a maximum of 3 items. And you're gonna do the village anyway, so might as well check it out. Especially if you have the mirror. And you can just say, okay, I'm done. Mirror, bye. I was just gonna farm supers from the super fast rippers here. Oh no, just one patch, okay. Might farm more supers elsewhere. Ether was in the village. I was looking at Ozzy's side. So now, do you dive Turtle Rock, hoping for Ice Rod to be there? I like to make Galaxy Brain play, so this is something I would probably do in this scene if I were in Azur's position. I don't know how he's gonna do it. Ooh. was having a bit of difficulty with the, but okay, he's fine. He's out of the harder part of worst room in the game. I don't think anybody checks it, kid. Mirror checks now. Graveyard Ledge. Ozzy going through the amphitheater. I don't think anybody has done Southern Dark World checks. That's not Hive Cave. It is a shame are missiles. Oh, well done. Well, he got the first one. Ozzy actually took his iframes from the spikes on the wall because with the Reviver suit, that's 15 energy lost. Whereas the moving platform counts as an enemy, and even with gravity suit on, you lose half a tank. How much is it? I think it's 200 with nothing, 100 with Varia, and yeah. It's a lot more damage, so you save health, and you achieve the same effect. But it's harder than just K-going through the backstick K-going, like moving through the physical moving platform with spikes. Yeah, boots were, the boots were North Fair Reserve. Oh, we're gonna see. Spacer special attack. If you're wondering what is that, well, in Super Metroid, if you equip just charge beam and one other beam, just Spacer or just Plasma or just Wave or just Ice, you get a special attack that consumes Power Bomb. You need to have Power Bomb selected when you do it. And this is actually taught to you by I keep calling it track mode, but that's for arcades. You know when you leave the game on and you see some autoplay. One of the autoplays you see is Samus using special attacks. And Ozzy finished off Ridley. Yeah, arcades call it a track mode to attract the player by showing cool stuff. I guess I'll always play that. I always called it that because I was an arcade kid when I was young. As I realized I didn't need the mummy key. Okay. As we get Mothula off the spikes early, it's gonna be a one spin away. Or one fire rod shot away. Well done. Not the quick kill, but a very quick kill. Well, you need tempered for the quick kill, so it's not a very fair remark. Very fast kill for a Master Sword kill. Just don't tilt the pinball arcade. Yeah, I was a fan of brawlers. Basically, brawlers like Streets of Rage and fighting games. Some race games. Okay, so Azur's gonna check Upper Norfair. He's gonna find his boots eventually. Actually, it's gonna be pretty quick. The speed he's going. You'll notice. Yeah, he's really close to Norfair Reserve. So he'll be, for sure, one item from Go, which is Ice Rod. Oh, that's... Grapple puts someone in logic. Mr. Shack Tool. This would be a very, very Galaxy Brain play from Ozzy. He has a lot still remaining. Does he? He's done Lower Norfair. He hasn't done the Village. He hasn't done chess mini games, stuff like that. My favorite thing as a kid, you know, back in the days where we had really huge movie theaters, and there would always be corners with one arcade game left forgotten. Well, since nobody was looking at it, you would just reset it, set free play, and play for as long as they want. All you had to do is pull the cord. I don't think they cared. I think management sometimes forget they have these arcade games. Or it's just rented space, and they're not the one losing money, so they don't care. Could be that too. It's a pretty fast croc kill for a charge. Okay, so full heart. It depends. Sometimes you had an old fighter game, or I mean, sometimes we would, as a kid, would just watch movies all day, stay in the theater for like 12 hours. And sometimes you had a huge break between two movies, like let's just play the arcade game over there. Croc's coming back to die. Hazard's headed for Lower Norfair. It's always that dang fire Iris Rod. Hazard with the classic entry into the front, into the entrance of Lower Norfair. You deboost stuff with the Viola there. So we know Azure won't find progression, but he has to do Desert and Mire too. And if he's thorough, Mire will take him a while because we know the last item is on Vidi. Though I've seen some, like even Ozzy didn't do that. They would find that one item, then go straight to Vidi gambling that he had the last item, and in this case, it would be true. Looks like Croc was not the play. He does. We know nobody has done the Smith checks, right? Another thing you could do. Looking for Ice Rod. is we know that's what he should do, Ozzy, but is he gonna do it or is he gonna? Oh, he can't dip. Yeah, he needs ether for to dip. Throw a rock. Yeah, saving quitting. Not gonna do Spike Cave. I think the best we can hope for Ozzy is he finds Ice Rod soon, then goes straight to Turtle Rock, and on his way out of Turtle Rock, does Spike Cave and find the bow. Zora hasn't been checked. We only seen Hobo, have we? And well, Lake Hill Island. Okay, so Ozzy's gonna do the Fat Fairy. He might combo this into a Catfish Zora check. I don't think nobody has checked Zora yet. Or I know nobody's gonna check Catfish. I don't know about Zora. Okay, so here, Ozzy dashing with the bomb because he took damage and started dashing before he lost his iframes, which meant the bomb would follow him instead of stay behind and blow up. Ray has been checked very early. I don't think it's anything, or Ozzy will have been back for it. But we know it's not Ether, and it's certainly not Ice Rod, because I think it would have been grabbed by now. As it would have turned around and gotten Ice Rod immediately, I think, after finding Boots, if it was anything. Are you going to Catfish now? Looks like it. Oh. No Catfish for us. Oh, I was going to check the Hobo first. Yeah. Checking Hobo. $3 from the Hobo. Oh, back in the portal. Yes. Very good land move fight. It's nice when when they don't cheat. And I call cheating, short hops, where they just pop out, whoop, back in. You don't have a time to react, to do anything. Even if you have time to react, you just get one shot in. That's cheating. Just fly up the air. Like majestic flying worms. Okay, we're gonna see. Oh, Ozzy never turned in his mushroom, has he? Yeah, he never did. Ozzy sets up mirror bonk to save a bit of time. More supers will be grabbed because they're right there. They're in your face. Pick them up. Supers are good. I haven't seen Hobo yet. Not Hobo. Catfish. He's kind of a hobo too. He's all alone up there. Yeah, that worked. Okay. This is a chick I don't like. I don't like finding now. Speed booster. Because it makes you think, is Ice Rod at Waterway or some disgusting place like that? Zora's Ledge is vanilla. What about Zora himself? Ooh, I was just gonna check the cutscene chest. So that's a big waste of time. Well, Climb Super would be very fast to check. You just reset to the ship, drop down the pit, and then go back up. What would suck is waterway. That's really far out of the way. Though, if you have the knowledge that super missiles, super Climb Supers are nothing, you can just take the portal from Reserve at Balcroc. Take the portal from the Upper North Fair and go all the way to Waterway, then reset when you find nothing. And then you're back at the ship. Ah, we're getting a bottle turn-in. Finally. Wave beam. Well, we have all the if Ozzy goes back for plasma, which I'm pretty sure he won't, we have full beam combo. Unless... No. Well, yes, he could. Because now that's plasma. You can get plasma out of Main Street. And plasma will make killing the pirates in plasma room, possible. Although you could do it with speed booster. Ozzy going to Skullwoods, but unlike Azure, he has tempered. And he got his silvers. No bow, though. I mean, unless this plays, I'm going to check Plasma Room. Does he have Screw Attack? He does not. He might stop at Plasma saying, well, if I'm going to go to Plasma Room anyway, I don't really want to fight them with just speed boosters, so I'm going to grab Plasma and make this easy, but... I don't know. Not sure what call I'd make there. Right, you might just not check because he's still looking for 2 items. 3 items, actually. Ozzy does not get the quick kill, but he gets a quick kill. Just a couple, some seconds more than needed, but I would take a moth fight like that any day. Second item in Mire, nothing. And last item in. Goal was Ozzy never checked the front, has he? So if he never checked the front, he just saved a lot of time. Azur's gonna finally get his temper and checkerboard. Slippers were the middle though, not front. Gonna check Power Cave Ledge. Also gonna scout Lumberjack Ledge. We know it's nothing. Full heart. Ozzy's realizing all the checks he has left are not very attractive. He might do the bowless pod play, but he's gonna check. Bureau ledge first. He might, but Smith Chain is not. It's slow for a couple of checks. Not sure if we've seen King's Tomb yet. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes. So, took the portal again. What will you do, Ozzy? Going back to the village, probably. More checks over there. Nothing at Sea House. So there'll be nothing new for a while, unless Ozzy decides to go past the front of Thieves. There's Waterway, Climb Supers, Plasma Room, and Shack Tool, who are left with standing. No one has checked Plasma Room either. With 4 checks. 4 terrible checks. You can't really blame anyone for saying, you know what, I'm just going to do a Pendant Dungeon instead of heading back to Super Metroid for very iffy checks. Because let's face it, a Shack Tool check, when you're right, it feels immensely good. But when you're wrong, like, well, I just wasted 3 minutes for one stupid check. Are you mirroring? He is not. Okay. We might see the other last two items of Thief's Town. It's hard to tell. He's only looking for one item, yes, but he skips a lot of stuff. And so far he hasn't skipped anything important. No, there would be no progression again in Sour. I think it was fixed. Initially, it could be, but I think they changed that, but I'm not sure. It has to ask Tarthur Ron for that. He always seems to have the answer to everything. But if it were a possibility, wouldn't Azure go straight and do that? Go straight to GT. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need reduced requirements. $20. in blind hell. Hopefully, wait a sec. This could still be a ped seed too. Okay, he's got all the items. Is he bailing? He is. Okay. I was just gambling that it's not a ped seed. Now, what will you decide, Ozzy? Get the frog, or start with the digging game? Could happen. Like Ice Rod on Ped and Book in GT. Are we finally getting a Smith chain? Okay. Ozzy picked up the wrong cane. Yeah, he has the right one, but doesn't matter. Oh, we turn in the mushroom. You can't fake powder. Turning one of the breadsmiths. Going back in. You tank. I think completed the Smith quest. The purple chest will now spawn in the broken house of the village. It contains the purple chest, which is, I think, the in-game valuables of. Wow, that's a very good traversal of the last room of Lower North Fair by Aster. You can do what he did and never stop. Just space jump at the right speed and you can dodge everything and go all the way to the left. It was very well done. Missile pack. A super pack, okay. Alright, let's see if Azure goes to Croc or not. I think no, we might just be taking the Proc Tunnel. Yeah, he can do the Proc Tunnel out. Oh wait, that can't he? Doesn't have wave. Does he have wave? No, that's just no. That's just Ozzy who has wave. So this is a Croc play, which we know has nothing. Yes. He's doing the swamp. He's gambling. That either Bow or Ice Rod or both are here. This is normally a six checks. Six checks. That was hard to say. But it's also the green pennant. So that's 7 checks. You have to kill Argus though. Riot Shield for Ozzy. The golden Riot Shield. Oh, I think Ozzy touched the ceiling. No, you didn't really lose any speed. Okay, main room of Swamp. Can't open the big chest now. Science room empty. Let's see compass chest. Full heart for Ozzy. Oh, going straight to the back. Okay, diver downtime. Got it first try. E-tank. Compass. Not at waterfall chest. So we're gonna see Argus probably. And Ozzy going for the quick. Unfortunately, he was unlucky with the buff placement, and he misses the one cycle by almost nothing. See, when you kill them, what Argus does is, spread out the puffs all around and sends them back to him. It's possible to kill the last puff, and he still does the animation of sending them out and waiting for them to back again. So that's how you miss the first cycle usually. The one cycle. You're a little too slow, and you have to wait for Argus to start moving again. Okay, so Oz is going back in. Going left side, and it's gonna take a long time because he can't diver down here. At least I think he can't. This point, I would think the play is rock. But Azur's gonna check. Yeah, he's doing his flipper checks himself. Grenade all ground. Okay, left side. Big key. So do we have to go back for the big chest? Ice Rod. The Galaxy Brain play of Ozzy pays off. Well, to be fair, it's not really Galaxy Brain when you don't have that much left. He did do Thief Stomp first as well. So he's gonna go, he's gonna go. No, he's not. He needs a bow. What I think will happen, he's gonna do Turtle Rock into Spike Cave. That's my prediction. I was just gonna do the other checks first. Yeah. I mean, doing Spike Cave after Turtle Rock makes complete sense. Because you will have done everything in Death Mountain if you check that. And what does he have left? Aside from Bolas dip into Pod. I don't think there's anything. He certainly won't go back for Shack Tool or Plasma Room. Or Waterway. He might check Climb Supers because it's pretty fast, but I don't expect him to do any of the silly checks in Super Metroid. Yeah, we just have to see what Azure does. Left side. Left side first would put him in the lead, I would say, because all he needs now is finish Thieves. Not Thieves, Turtle Rock. Yeah, but it should be pretty fast. Pod should be pretty fast because the big key was on the bridge chest. That's basically what you. It's not so basically you're not bow locked, and you get the first key, and then you go to the bridge, you get the other key. Oh, okay, I got the big key already. If you route it, standardly. Oh, I'm jealous. Ozzy had some pretty well-behaving chain chomps. Left or up? Oh. Azure not going left side yet. Then turning off and another diver down. I think no, he did not. Block was fine. What could we find that would help a bit and throw a rock? Nothing, really. You know, it's not screw attack. What else? Not much. Butter sword? Argus troll it tonight, not wanting himself let himself be killed with a quick kill. While Rider is, you know, a run Rider. Okay, so Mimic Cave has nothing. Ozzy will just go straight to Spike Cave after TR. It's the only play that makes sense for him after this, when he doesn't find the bow. Oh, Asder's leaving left side swamp behind. What is he headed to, though? Is he wet? Oh, he's gonna fight Ganon. No, wait. Oh, he's turning in the green. My bad. He's turning in the green pendant. It's not what you were looking for. No one needs. Oh boy. Well, I'm even more sure he's gonna do Spike Cave now, because he's gonna check Ether Tablet and then just drop down into the cave to do it at the same time. And he's gonna check Ice Palace. Very unfortunate, but he does not have the sight we have, the omniscient sight we have. Yes, the book was on Laser Bridge. So the play after Trinex, one that makes the most sense to me would be check Ether Tablet into Spike Cave. You cannot. It's the same limitation. You just don't have to pull the menu to make switches. But yeah, if you can't press pause, you can't. LNR will do nothing either. Oh, it is. This is a race seed, so they haven't patched quick swap in. SMZ3 race seeds now come with quick swap that you can enable or disable as you want. And Ozzy, as we predicted, is headed to Spike Cave finally, and will be in go mode. He will go mode pod, which will save him a bit of time. And yeah. Alright, at almost 210, Ozzy's in go mode. For sure. Yes. Go mode pod and finish Eastern. No flutes anywhere, though. That's rude. When you I not maybe all the time, but from experience, I think as there's a kind of racer that commits to the skips. Though he might be back there next when he realizes he left 2 items in swamp and there's nothing in ice. Oh, he's... But he hasn't done these. Maybe he's gonna pull pet. I don't know. Alright. So if Ozzy goes to the bridge, he'll have very fast. Yeah, there we go. Bridge chest. He'll find his big key. Then he'll drop into the pit here to get his key. Then he'll go mirror out and go back and straight to Helmsor King. There. Straight to Helma. Yep, Azure is committing to Beck of Thieves now. Although he might bail without killing Blind, hopefully for him. Pixel. Azur's looking for his Ice Rod, which is on the left side of Pendant Swamp. He decided to skip left side, and that will probably cause him to last locate Ice Rod, unless he decides to dive Turtle Rock first, without the rod, which would be even more catastrophic for him. Ozzy's one mirror away and almost night fight away from being ready for GT. Turtle Rock is required. It is a Super Metroid token, and all 4 are required. It's a 774. So everything that's not a pendant is required. Okay, so the last item is in Blind Cell. Does he mirror out? But he finds nothing. This could be a pet play, actually. That's true, and he's right next to the pet too. He's committing to his left side swamp skip. Very fast kill. Lost the script a little bit, but did not matter. And everybody's excited to see what's on Crispy Fed. Okay, Ozzy's ready for GT and Turian. So you're gonna play that silly game where you guess which item check in GT is the big key. Well, you go ahead and predict the number from 1 to 22. And Ozzy disappointed. As they're disappointed, I should say. Sorry. Switch back to Ozzy audio. So we get a guess for 14, one for 15. Looks like Azur's doing the Galaxy Brain checks. That is a check to apply, I'm pretty sure. Big key's number 1. Nobody won. Gonna get the small key. You always get one small key before climbing GT because you're not guaranteed to find one. You're guaranteed to find one on the mini Helmosaur, but you need 2, and the chest there might not have the second key. And then you would look very silly having you climbed all the way to the GT, up the top of GT, and not have a small key to continue. As they're taking a small break, while Shackle digs. Looking for safety across the cannonball bridge. So far, so good. There was a race that I participated in where the big key was on the torch and boots were at Shack Tool, but were not otherwise required for desert or anything. It was required for the big key on the... I think as they're taking an extended break. You know, it's been 2 hours and 20 minutes. Ozzy with a silver kill on Lambo 2. Oh, so the remaining Metroid checks would be Plasma Room, which is, well, which he can do because he has Screw Attack. It's one of the items that he can use to complete Plasma Room. Well, to check and get out, escape of Plasma Room, I should say. Because there's something in the Super SMZ3 logic. You will never find an item in a place where it's required to get out. So like, if you go to somewhere and you need this item to get out, you will never find it there. You never have to choose between, to guess if the item is there or you're soft locked. It wasn't always this way. But now it's like that. Now, it's been years it's like that, but... if you need a wave beam to escape, you won't find a wave beam there. Example. It will be elsewhere. Super missiles at Plasma. So Asder now has it left. He doesn't have Speed Booster. That's right, he hasn't found it yet. Because it's not Catfish and he didn't do Zora or Catfish. Is he not Catfish? No, he hasn't done Catfish. Catfish had Speed Booster. So, okay, that's right, he skipped. See, this is Asder going, I skipped one of my skips as what I need. But he's choosing the wrong skips, unfortunately. He's gonna reset here because you know the back of Gauntlet has nothing. So now he's Hundo, Scene minus Climb Supers and Waterway. But it has to be Link to Pass. Very nice triple. It's very efficient routing going after the high density checks, respecting the density versus time spent checking ratio. And the swamp play made sense at the time you made it, because you only had a few isolated checks remaining, or a bowless pod dive, and he chose checking swamp, and he was right. Alright, Ozzy finished phase 2 in 1 round. Now what's left is trivial, especially for someone as good as Ozzy. You got tempered, you got silver arrows. You actually try to go something starting and try to get a triple or even a quadruple. It's possible to get 4 shots in, but it's very difficult. I've seen it done. Gonna get a triple here. Yeah, finishing off with a triple. And as they're doing the Turtle Rock dive with no ice rod, unfortunately, we know you won't find it. But he will probably chase the book, and the book will bring him back to Bombo's tablet, which is right next to Swamp, and he might check left side Swamp after that. Single G for, yes, Ozzy. And no surprise, Ozzy is not going back for Plasma Beam. Right, it's gonna be a very good time. We're only, I don't know, at 2:33, 34, I don't know. That's what's amazing too. Like, we really feel that Ozzy went everywhere, and he's still gonna have an insanely good time. The only thing he didn't do is ice, pretty much. That's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate for Azure. He had made all the right calls throughout the race except that one. And he got randoed. Hold on. Oh, we might see a baby skip. I mean, he has all the tools needed for it. Well, needed. But you don't need everything he has, but everything he has makes it much easier. Which is high jump boost, speed booster, and wave beam. He's going for it. Oh, and he got it. Easy peasy. Already at Mama Brain. Getting interface, he wants to finish this and be done with it. Ozzy might not go for stat out because without plasma beam it's kind of pointless. Charge phaser shots don't do enough to make it worth it. But he could do it, just nope, he just wow. That was risky. Because remember, kids, damage from body contact with Mama Brain does not give iframes. So if you really slam into her, you're taking damage every frame. And you might die very quickly. Nice hat. That would be really great at raves. A hat that makes you glow. Like a rainbow. As they're finding out, he did not find Ice Rod on Laser Bridge. He did find the bow, the book, rather. Might follow it to Ether Tablet, and then Bombos. Baby, no. And next, I think the play will be Bombos into left side of swamp. Ozzy getting in Malverain's face, not letting her time to do anything at all. That's how you fight her. You don't do the lag corner. You get in their face and you just keep shooting. Every time you hit her, it interrupts whatever she's doing. So if you hit her every single time, she won't do much except walk back and forth. I mean, yeah, this is looking like a 233-ish, like I said earlier. That is an extremely good time, considering he hasn't left much behind unchecked. Oh, that was cute. Shine Spark with the Yoshi sprite. And it's back to Swamp Palace, probably, I hope so, for Azure. Yeah, he's going back in. I forgot to boldly, yeah. Yeah, but SM hard doesn't mean it's actually hard. It just means there are tricks you might be required to do that are otherwise require normal logic. And wow. And with the official time of... am I seeing this right? 2:32:45. Ozzy finishes first overall in stream and first overall in the race with 2:32:45. That is an extremely good time. Holy moly. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And Ozzy joined the channel soon. We will have an interview. Congratulations and welcome, Ozzy. That was quite a race.
Hey, Nito. How's it going?
You know, it feels like you checked almost everything, and yet it's a 230 seed for you. I wasn't say the race was pretty tight overall. You were most of the time a little behind Azure, actually, because he was making skips that you weren't making, and he wasn't skipping anything important. But he made one fatal flaw. He skipped left side swamp, and here we are.
Oh, no.
What about you?
Side swamp likes to get you.
Yeah.
This seed, I kind of didn't want to think too much, so went with a basic full clear route.
Yeah.
And it felt like it was really working out. Like, a lot of the items were showing up right when I needed them.
Yeah.
And it came down to the last three with Ether Bow and Ice Rod, and I just knew I had to do pendants at that point. And wasn't going to have a fantastic time after that.
It was still an amazing finish time. Azure had the bow much earlier than you, and he found like screw attack. And I think that's all that was in pod. So not a huge loss. He hasn't done catfish yet, so he doesn't have beat booster.
Right. I was thinking about times where I would have made those checks earlier to Spike Cave and Swamp. When I was first coming out of Super Metroid, I thought about going straight to Spike Cave. That would have got bow. But then I would have just done everything that I did in this seed plus cleared pod. So it was fine putting that off.
I don't think you could do it because you chose Death Mountain first. And you didn't have enough hearts or damage. You didn't have a cane or cape because cape was in hype cave. So I don't think you had the means to just do it even if you wanted to at the time
Not at
you were.
that time, but after Lower Norfair, I could have.
That's true. But
And then as soon as I saw the flippers in Hype Cave, like the thought crossed my mind of going into Swamp. Like it was early Swamp access and Green Pendant Swamp. I just decided not to. But that would have worked out really well for routing
yeah,
because it was the Turtle Rock clear that led me to that Spike Cave bow.
yeah. That's what I was telling Chad is when you found Ice Rise, I guarantee Ozzy checked Spike Cave on his way out of Turtle Rock. And then you got both. They got the book too, so you had two checks over there. So it was impossible you were skipping Spike Cave at that point.
Yep, exactly. Uh, Plus, all I had left was like Ice Palace and like, speed checks and Shack Tool. So Spike Cave was the best option.
Yeah, you only had disgusting checks remaining in Super Metroid. The only one that was kind of okay was Climb Supers because you just reset, go there in like 30 seconds. Oh, it's nothing. You take the portal back to Link to the Past, but good call. Just saying in Link to the Past. Just as they checked Shack Tool and Plasma Room.
Yeah, when I was leaving Meridia, I didn't have a way out of Plasma, so didn't have much incentive to go there.
Yeah,
Same with Shack Tool.
no beam, no speed, no screw. You could scout it, but not keep whatever you found.
Also, at that point in the seed, it was moving kind of fast
Oh
because
yeah.
I was right after getting Varia.
Oh right, very at the beach.
Yeah, most of the seed, it was like up till Lower Norfair where I stopped getting progression items on path. The seed felt pretty good to play.
It was sending you all over the place. You had early access to almost everywhere in Super Metroid, so you could full clear at your leisure.
That was nice. More comfortable with my Super Metroid right now than my Link to the Past.
I was speaking of which, how hard is it to play with that? Really cute Yoshi sprite, but what about the moves like a short, just IBJing vertically or short charging or CWJing with that sprite? Is it any harder?
So yeah, like CWJ is really hard. Anything that I use a visual setup for is hard. Um,
Right.
some sprites are worse than others. Yoshi's sprite was pretty good to play. Like as I was playing, uh, like I noted that I couldn't show off any cool tricks because custom sprite, I'm not going to be used to it, so I can't do anything flashy.
But I said it because I know usually you like to swag it up a bit when you're on a restream, but unfortunately you wanted to do the horizontal bomb jump across the moat, but I don't think you were able to set it up because of the spray.
Yeah, I was trying to do the CWJ power bomb jump thing.
Oh wow!
Um, but first, I forgot how to do it, so that's lost a couple tries. And then I couldn't tell where my hitbox was on the spin jump, and so I gave up on it.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't bang your head against it.
But yeah, that's the dilemma. I want to play with custom sprites, but I also want to show off the cool tricks. And it's gonna be one or the other.
Yeah. Well, extremely good performance. Uh, Too bad you didn't get the one cycle against Argus.
Yeah, I
That's one I
killed
gotta
all the
learn.
buffs in time, but he
Yeah,
decided to spin anyway.
he's was spending nothing, and you had to wait.
So when did Azure get to Swamp Palace? You said they went in and skipped left side.
Uh, about the time you went Turtle Rock, I would say. But he had the bow already in pot and Eastern would clear. So all he had left was Turtle Rock, basically. And you had to come back in the bow. So he would have been ahead of you. But he noped out of Swamp, turned independent, and then went to Ice. And then went to check Shack Tool, and it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, I can understand leaving.
Well, yeah. It's left side Swamp.
Because it's left side swamp. Pendant Ice doesn't really feel that bad to go to. With Icebreaker, it clears pretty fast.
Yeah.
Just had to find a reason to be in that area. Couldn't.
He found his reason on Laser Bridge. He went to check Bombos and went back into Swamp to get his Ice Rod just about as you were finishing. I don't think it was a bad decision. It's just guessed wrong and randoed you.
Yeah. From my perspective, I was expecting a pendant dungeon to have a progression item. So I was just full clearing until I got that thing.
Worked out very well. As there's blowing through the gauntlet. Let's see if there's other finishers. No. And a forfeit from PP Chan. So, you have any other thoughts on the seed?
I guess not. Seed was fun.
Oh, always a question I like to ask is, were there any hard tricks required?
Not that I noticed.
No. English was not required. Snail Clip was not required. We got a free gravity suit. I don't think so.
Like I was looking at gravity with ice to get to Dark World or even just to Dragon for a while, but ended up doing it backwards incidentally.
Yeah.
So not that.
I knew once you found the mist, you'd be tempted to go straight to Death Mountain because that's like, what, 14 checks? And then
yeah, Mit's timing is great. Like I was weighing normal light Death Mountain against Meridia. Those are kind of comparable. Decide on Mountain first and got Mitts on the way. So from there, it's full clear Mountain except for Spike Cave, which had the progression item.
Oh yeah, aside from Spike Cave, there was only Fire Rod and Hookshot Cave. Which,
So Fire Rod gave me Skull Woods, but Skull Woods isn't a great pair of checks. Plus, it's all next to Pendant Thieves, so I'd want to go into there. So I just ended up putting off Skull for a long time.
I think you skipped the front, right? And you got everything you needed.
Yeah.
Items in the middle and the back.
Yep, middle and the bridge chest.
Very fortunate skip. Because I always say that Skull Woods is a deceptively long dungeon if the key and item layout isn't great. You can spend like 5-6 minutes on a dungeon with just 2 items. That's not terribly good.
Yeah. For Skull Woods to go fast, the items has to be right where you check. Whether you decide front first or to skip the front. But full clearing takes a long time.
It doesn't look like much, but it takes a while. As there's that Agate 2. He gets a double. Another double. Oh, this one's really trickier. Single.
Yeah, I was feeling out of practice with my Agatu and Ganon.
I got a triple. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I also got a good Silvers fight. That was
Yeah,
nice.
ended up with a triple too. You've been practicing SM for Rando League? I haven't touched it. What's
No, I've just been working on Map Rando, so I've been playing a lot of SM for that.
oh, okay.
Yeah, everyone, feel free to check out Map Rando, maprando.com. Your
Yeah,
randomizer.
it's not like area rando. It's like every room can be connected to any room, as long as it makes sense
Yep.
geographically.
Yeah, it makes a big cohesive map, so you can look at the map a lot to get an idea of what's coming up. Map stations are the most important thing, which is cool.
Yeah, and then you have to recognize the rooms.
Yeah, that takes a couple seeds worth of learning to recognize rooms by the little squares.
It looks fun. Everyone should check it out if you like SM Rando. Oh boy. I think houses will
Hurt's
be
all you
fun.
need.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly how much you need.
I'm wondering about bombs. I got that really early. And where was that?
Oh, it was
Do you
a bottle
recall?
vendor, the bottle merchant. You went back in the well to get more money to pay him, and Azure just said, "Yeah, whatever," and left and never came back.
I just never checked bottle vendor. Okay.
He didn't have the money when he walked by. You might have checked. He never turned in the bottle either, I think. So I guess if you found the flute, he would have done all three. Not sure.
He must spawn Ganon right on top of him. It's close.
Pretty good. 1G for Azure, who will still comfortably sub 3 despite making some really awful checks. It's always impressive to me, anyway. Like how you two can just do a whole bunch of checks and finish with a 230 something. Like what? I do a whole bunch of checks and finish at 3 hours.
It helps a lot when the sea gives you good items so you can do everything really efficiently.
Yes. Yeah, movement. Space Jam was that old man. You both got that pretty early, so that helps. Because
Right.
one of the things Space Jam does that people forget is not just you can just jump infinitely anywhere, but you keep your speed throughout the room. Because every time you land, you lose your speed, but with Space Jump, you never land.
Right. Like that's when I was deciding Meridia versus Mountain, and just happened into Space Jump, which is fantastic for Meridia.
Oh yeah, it's really rooms are really hard to traverse. Azure had he followed you pretty well. There was a bit of divergence, but you kept going back to where the other went before you. Like he went down Red Tower, and you did Old Bryn, and then he came back and did Rick Shiv just behind you, and then did Old Bryn. So it was always the really big divergence was when. Oh boy, I forgot. It's late, but it was one near the end where it was you really clearly went your separate ways. All right, when you found the bow, that's when you went your separate ways. You followed bow, obviously, and you were doing Lore Norfair. That's a big difference, I think.
Yep. We'll do that. I'm not sure how my route changes if I find bow. Yeah, but I feel like I just do the same thing. Just have the extra pod clear, which is the time lost with this pod layout.
Yeah,
Great big key placement for me.
yeah. That's what Shad was saying. Like, well, you still have to do pods. Pod big key is on the bridge. That will be the second thing he finds. Then he'll drop in the hole, get another key mirror out, and go straight to Elvis Arcade. And that's exactly what you did. Because it's the play that makes the most sense when you're in go mode.
Yeah.
Setting up for baby skip.
No wave beam.
Where was wave again? I forgot. Well, yes, no wave. Well done, considering no wave beam. Had to take more shots, but that comes with not having wave beam.
I would have liked to have gone for the Stachio skip version, but don't know it well enough anymore.
Is that the
This
one with
older
spring
version
ball?
just no. It's where you start on the left and the baby rotates the other direction.
Oh, never seen that. Azure immediately gets ice. I'm not sure if it was a down back or just standard. But he's at Mother Brain now. That's gonna be a quick fight with all the supers he has. Let's see, do we have another finisher? Kaide Rukawa has finished in second place with a time of 2:46.02. So despite all his misadventures, Azure could still finish on the podium. Oh, right, no stand up, so it takes 20 more minutes. Oh, I noticed when you were damaging down for. I think he's gonna do stand up actually. He has enough E-tanks. You jumped into Mother Brain and lost a whole bunch of tanks immediately. I was kind of scared you'd kill yourself.
Yeah, it's how I damage down. It's fun.
Yeah, like
Scary
living on
when
the
you're not
edge.
used to it.
Because she has no iframes, right? At least the legs are safer because they knock you back. I think. Yeah, they do. But no iframes, jeez.
You want to know what
Sorry.
you're doing when you damage views through Mother Brain.
Yeah. I once seen someone give himself the maximum amount of E-tanks possible, like 100 and something. And they sparked into Mother Brain and they died in like 30 seconds. It was really fast. Because no iframes.
Doing the missile stand up.
Sure, he had a whole bunch of missiles.
More damage than his beam.
That's true. Ah, Spacer's so weak. Wave has a lot of damage.
Yeah, Ice Phasers like 180.
Jeez. Well, at least Spacer kills Waivers in one shot, I guess.
Yeah, I was happy with my Spazer through the first half of the seed.
Oh, you just reminded me, kind of. You deboosted the cross X-ray hull, which was, pretty well done. You did the harder
Yoshi
setup.
straight and everything.
Yeah, with the Yoshi spread and everything, yeah.
I was happy to see the E-Tank at Beta Peeps, because I wasn't all that comfortable on 2 tanks doing that.
Yeah, Novaria, yeah. And you have a backup? I don't think you even have anything to say. Oh, you could have Morph Bomb jump if...
Yeah, I had bombs and I had ice.
Yeah, okay, you would have been... Well, 3 tanks with Novaria, you couldn't take too many spike hits.
Yeah, bombs isn't actually that good of a backup. You can't bomb straight up from the safe spot to the platform. So you'd have to go in the spikes. Jump from there.
And I hope you get them the first try. And hope the waiver doesn't knock you off.
Yeah, that too.
Very fast Theodox room. But he's gonna have to wall jump his way up. Escape. With no speed. Still pretty fast, just not as fast. Doesn't get bogged down.
Doesn't
by
have
the
a helicopter Yoshi sprite either.
Oh, that's right. It was that sprite's so adorable.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think they had a lot of new sprites with the latest update, so I wanted to try something new.
Pick him out. I never really do. Okay, with the oh, wrong tab. With a time of 2:56:17. Well, guess what? Azure finished third overall on the podium. Well done. Hold on. Wow, that was fast. Hi, Hazard. I just wanted to say, very well done. Every single one of your skips paid off except the last one. Left side swamp.
Wait, everyone skipped what?
Because you skipped a lot of stuff. And it was all trash, so it doesn't matter. But you never went back for the morph bombs at the bottle render, for example.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's a big mistake, actually.
Overall, you were really close. You were a little ahead of Ozzy for most of the race because there wasn't a lot of divergence. Like one of you would go one place, the other one, and then you'd go back to the place the other one went. What really set you apart was you found Bo significantly earlier than Ozzy did, and you did Pod and Eastern, whereas Ozzy went to Lower Norfair instead. That was where you really went off both your independent ways.
Yeah, that makes sense. The thing I was worried about was that me finding Bo early, I did Pod and Eastern without boots, and then I did a lot of because like Advaria was Advaria was available pretty early too.
Yeah,
and I found the boots really late, so I was I was sort of happy to see them because they made Desert 100% completable, but I felt behind after I found the boots. So
yeah, and no food either.
I just didn't manage to cut any more corners after that until I decided to dive swamp, and then I figured maybe save the time on left side. I would have done left side if it was if I had the big key already. I would have done left side. I think it was just that extra walk I didn't want to do.
So while you were in swamp and unfortunately skipping a left side, Ozzy was in Turtle Rock, but he didn't have the bow yet. He got it, of course, when he went out of Turtle Rock. He did the obvious play of checking Ether Tablet and then going to Spike Cave. But if you had one left side, you would have sub 230 this, like easily. Just unfortunate.
I guess I didn't think the math worked out that way, but it started to get late and I started to play worse and worse and get more tilted, so I no longer remembered like what time I had gone into swamp initially. So oh well.
This week is really late on Mondays. That's true.
It was an interesting seed. Like there's a lot of different stuff you could do.
Yeah, it was wide open, but 2 suits fairly early, and Mid's hammer hook shot, Pearl was like, go where you want.
That was really fun until I missed the ice rod. And then it sucked.
Oh, and in case you're wondering, the speed booster was at Catfish.
Whoa, my god, that sucks. I once I was in like go -1, I was just like, Catfish is just too far away. It's like, I noticed the crystals, the red crystals were on Fantine and Dragon, and I was like, oh, I can get that done really early on the way to Pod after I got the bow. And then once I did Village of Outcasts and got Ether, I was go -1. I was go minus Ice Rod. So I was like, well, I don't really want to go to Catfish now, so I'm okay with isolating it. Like, I almost didn't do Graveyard Ledge, but like if Graveyard Ledge had Ice Rod, I didn't want to leave it there. But I wasn't walking all the way to Catfish. Like, initially I was going to save Graveyard Ledge so that it would be like one extra item pulling me over to Catfish, but when I realized it was go -1 and there's just no way I was ever doing Catfish, and I had like 8 dungeons I could do or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my route had me 3 away from go by the time I got to Catfish. We went after the red crystals right away. Didn't have bow yet, so went straight to Catfish. Into North Dark World. Then I even did Thieves before getting Ether. And by that point, it's kind of committed to checking pendants for progression. And that got me to stick around in Swamp.
Yeah, I had a strong feeling about Swamp, but I also thought it was behind, and I thought like Swamp was too obvious of a play. I hadn't considered Aussie doing TR already. I hadn't considered him not having found the bow yet. Well, because actually, like, I was locked out of TR and for most of the game, so I suppose he went Village earlier, got Ether.
No, you were the first there.
Interesting.
Because when he went to Dark World, the reason he skipped Spike Caves, he couldn't do it. He went Dead Mountain first. He didn't have a bottle filled, didn't have a protection item, so he couldn't do Spike Cave. You went to Hype Cave first, and you had the cape for that.
Oh, that's where it was. That's
Oh,
funny
yeah,
because
the 8
I
hearts.
actually think going Hype Cave there was a mistake. I meant to go Mountain, but I just forgot where I was going. So that's funny. And then getting the flippers there, I think. Yeah, I was just like, okay, this works. I'll just get some Aria.
Yep, pretty much. It was nice to have Samaria, just for down the line routing into Mire. Yeah, I agree that finding flippers right next to Swamp made it tempting. But I also just decided against it at the time. Because I had
Yeah.
everything for Swamp at that point. I don't know if you did.
Did I? Yeah, I did, but it was like I had too much like actual progression left to do. It didn't make sense to dive Pendant Swamp right away. But it's like I was pretty like the flippers were suspicious because they weren't needed otherwise, and doing Swamp before, like I was assuming you still had Turtle Rock on the table, and I was thinking Swamp you want to get out of the way because you lose your portal if you try to go to it, and it's the green pendant. I just felt it was too obvious of a play, and if I was behind because I got boots late, then I needed to cut a corner, and you know it could still be green pendant. Having the ice rod even after I leave.
Well, it was entertaining. I won't lie, it was. It was quite a race for a while, and showed off some really cool, fast movement throughout Super Metroid for sure. So, unless you have other thoughts or opinions, thank you for racing.
No, that's it. I'm pretty tired and burnt out of other randos. I just decided to join this to relax, which may not have been a good idea, but GG's again.
GG's.
Yep. I just like joining these every once in a while. SMZ3 is still fun. But thanks, Nito, for commentating the race.
Problem.
And giving
Thanks
us
for
this restream.
racing. No problem. And goodbye. All right, fellas. people watching still. This was Hard Logic 774, SMZ3 Weekly versus Ozzy and Azure. Was quite a race. Thank you to MM2 for setting up the cropping in the rooms. Thank you for Jambo Frames for tracking, and thanks for racers, and thank you for watching. We will see you next mission.